With the Iowa caucuses just weeks away, Iowans find themselves trying to find a front runner in a race that's constantly changing. News 8's Jenna Traum traveled to Iowa today. She joins us live in our studio with more. Jenna?
Mark, 3 weeks from today, Iowa Republicans will decide who they want to see run against President Obama. But at this year's caucus, we might see something rare in Iowa's history. We could see the candidate who won the straw poll lose the caucus. On the road to the presidency, you can't get to the White House without passing through Iowa.
It can either launch your campaign or it can kill your campaign in some cases.
But since Michelle Bachmann won the Ames straw poll back in August, there have been some major shifts in the Republican presidential field. Newt Gingrich is up, Michelle Bachmann is down, and Herman Cain is out.
She definitely seems to be kind of slipping in the polls since the straw poll. You think that would have given her a boost. And I think Herman Cain dropping out has had a lot to do with kind of the shuffling.
Combine that shuffling with the fact that candidates have been stumping in Iowa all summer, and you get some Iowans wondering what candidate they should support.
I think there's a lot of confusion about who actually is going to, win the caucus and who they should put their support behind for the election.
Lissa Blake is one of the Iowans who say a clear frontrunner in the Republican field just hasn't emerged for her. And she thinks the debates are behind much of the shuffling that's leaving voters scrambling.
It seems like there's been a lot of debate action, and some people have fared very well during the debates, some people not so well. And so I think sometimes FaceTime is good for candidates, and I think sometimes if they're not conveying, the message people want to see, FaceTime isn't always good for the candidates.
But State Representative Bob Hager says the flood of information in Iowa is part of the reason their caucuses capture the nation's attention.
It's kind of a vetting process where Iowa, because they ask the tough questions and the candidates have been in the state for so long that they really have a good feel of who the candidate is, what he stands for, and what he wants to do as leaders.
The Republican caucuses are getting so much attention, you might not even remember the Democrats are holding caucuses of their own. I talked to a spokesperson for the Iowa Democratic Party today, and he says obviously they know who the Democratic presidential candidate is going to be, but the caucuses are a great way to get people active and involved in the general election campaign.
All right, thank you, Jenna. Iowans will head to their caucuses on January 3rd, the first official contest of the 2012 presidential campaign.